I tried to remember how it all went down, 'cause I still feel like I'm just being a whiner. The first time I slept with you, it wasn't to make you calm down when we kissed, when I should have known you better from our first kiss. Our first kiss at that party where you made me drink 10 shots within 10 minutes. But that is just what boys do, right? Trying to get that girl drunk, right? Right? Our first kiss where you would not stop trying to kiss me even after I said no 3 times. I was just being a tease, right? I mean, I wanted it, didn't I? Did I? The first time we slept together I told you to stop, but you continued, and I thought, well, that is the way it is. The way it is? You told me in the beginning that your ex would not let you sleep with her in the end, and that would never happen to you again. I should have run back then. But I was just 15 and my self-esteem was where I could not see it, and the validation your attention gave me made me blind for what happened. I was just a child. I had no idea what sex really means, and it took me time to realize that what you did is not what it means. So the first time I told you I didn't want to sleep with you because certain circumstances could mean the pill would not be working, you said that was not a problem for you. We would just make out. We made out, and after some time you started taking off your clothes and taking off some of mine, but you were my boyfriend and I trusted you, so I believed we would be just fine. So when you suggested getting naked, I was confused, but I did not really mind. I trusted you. I believed I would be just fine. And then you put yours into mine. I felt a little strange about that, like I'd lost my control, and no matter what I wanted, you decided where we would go. But then you looked at me, with tears in your eyes, and I held you, telling you everything was alright. I blame myself for what happened. I mean, it was my fault making out with you, trusting you could keep your promise of just making out. So I promised myself to be more careful of what I would wear, and I swore to myself I would never again let us end there, when we should have ended right there. But never mind, right? Right? The next time I didn't want to sleep with you, I was more careful how to act. So when you started taking my clothes off, I asked you, can you handle that? And you said yes. So I let you take off my shirt and even my pants. But when you tried to take off my underwear, I did not understand, and I told you that it was not a good idea and pulled them up again. But you said you could handle it and drag them down again. We went back and forth about that, and I ended up letting you take my underwear off. You were my boyfriend after all, and I trusted you, believing I would be just fine. And then again, after a little more pushing, you put yours into mine. And again, tears would fill your eyes, and you would apologize for not being a good guy. And I held you, telling you it was alright. Well, I believed it was alright, and certainly not your fault. I thought, in relationships, that's just the way to go. It happened sometimes during the time we were together, but in the end, I just let you sleep with me whenever you wanted to maintain an illusion of control. And it is hard to put a name on what you did, because I think you did it without ambition, but it wasn't right. But because you were my boyfriend, people don't want to listen. And they ask me why I did not get up and left the second you started pushing. They ask me why I didn't realize what you did before our relationship stopped crushing. And of course, I ask myself that too. But I know now that what happened was not my fault, and the reason I didn't get up and left is because I believed that is how sex works. It is not the way it should work. And the worst part is I find it hard to trust or even feel or give in to lust after what you did. People don't understand that though, saying it is my own fault. So, from this day on, I refuse to let anybody tell me I asked for it. I refuse to let anybody tell me it was my fault because I didn't leave. I refuse to let anybody tell me I let this happen to myself, that I didn't fight. I refuse to let anybody make me believe that what happened to me was nice but alright. Because it wasn't. Because they will never know what it felt like. They will never know the emptiness I felt after visiting you. The emptiness that comes when the person you trust does something like this to you. They will never know the physical pain I had in my private parts, making me go to the doctor, who then told me that my boyfriend should wait until I was wet. They believe what happened to me was maybe not my own responsibility, but not a big deal, because in the end I left my pants down. I let you push inside me after fighting it for a while. I let you guilt trip me into having sex. And that is not rape, right? That is just what boys do sometimes. But let me ask all of them, would you get up and leave the bed of your boyfriend age 15? Would you understand what his actions mean if he would cry in your arms after it happened? Making you feel like you were the one not having sex properly, and making your boyfriend feel like he forced you. Would you understand? Because I do. And until it happens to you, I refuse to let you tell me to pull myself together and move on.
And another one bites the dust. Oh, why can I not conquer love? And I might have thought that we were one. Wanted to fight this war without weapons. And I want it bad. But there were so many red flags. Now another one bites the dust. Yeah, let's be clear, I'll trust no one. You did not break me. I'm still fighting for peace. Well, I've got thick skin and an elastic heart, but your blade might be too sharp. I'm like a rubber band until you pull too hard. Yeah, I'm a snap and I move fast. You won't see me fall apart, 'cause I've got an elastic heart. I've got an elastic heart. Yeah,